I'm sitting in my cramped Columbus apartment at midnight, laptop glowing in the darkness like some kind of digital campfire. My eyes burn from staring at academic journals all day, but sleep feels impossible. The stack of research papers on shamanic traditions towers beside me, mocking my social isolation. When did my life become nothing but ancient rituals and dusty library corners? The dating app notification pings again. I should close it, but loneliness makes you do stupid things. Most profiles blur together, generic smiles, hiking photos, boring job descriptions. Then her picture stops my scrolling dead. Blonde hair catching sunlight, blue eyes that seem to look right through the camera. But it's her bio that hooks me. Spiritual healer, tarot reader, helping souls find their path. I snort. Another crystal-waving fraud preying on desperate people. Yet something about her face suggests depth, intelligence behind those ethereal features. Before I can second-guess myself, I swipe right. The match notification appears instantly. Her first message arrives within minutes. Dr. Mitchell, your research on indigenous healing practices is fascinating. Most academics dismiss what they don't understand. You seem different. My pulse quickens. She looked me up. You read my papers? Your work on Siberian shamanism challenged everything I thought I knew about academic perspectives on spiritual healing. I'd love to discuss your fieldwork sometime. I stare at the screen. No one outside my department has ever engaged with my research this way. Most people's eyes glaze over when I mention anthropology. This woman, Sophia Young, according to her profile, just referenced specific studies. You're not what I expected from someone who reads tarot cards. I type back. And you're not what I expected from someone who spends her life studying mystics while remaining skeptical of mysticism. Coffee tomorrow? I promise not to read your palm without permission. Despite myself, I laugh. The first genuine laugh I've had in weeks. Deal. But I'm buying. Academic salary versus spiritual healer income. We'll see about that, Dr. Mitchell. Something about her confidence intrigues me. Most people defer to my credentials, but Sophia seems unimpressed by titles. I close the laptop, feeling something I haven't experienced in months. Anticipation. Tomorrow, I meet the woman who might be either a complete waste of time or exactly what I didn't know I was looking for. The coffee shop smells like cinnamon and fresh snow as I push through the door, scanning for someone who matches the ethereal blonde from the photos. My professional blazer feels suddenly stuffy compared to the bohemian atmosphere of vintage furniture and local art covering brick walls. Then, I see her. Sophia sits by the window, sunlight catching golden strands that frame her face like a halo. She's more striking in person, those blue eyes impossibly clear, skin luminous without makeup. Her flowing skirt and layered jewelry create an artistic contrast to my buttoned-up academic uniform. She looks up and smiles, transforming her entire face. Dr. Mitchell, I presume? Her voice carries warmth and slight amusement. Sarah, please. Unless you want me calling you Healer Young all afternoon. She laughs, gesturing to the chair across from her. Just Sophia works fine. I order my usual black coffee, while she sips something that looks suspiciously herbal. The conversation starts safely, Columbus weather, favorite local spots. But within minutes, we're deep into discussion about cultural authenticity versus spiritual appropriation. Her insights surprise me. She doesn't just parrot New Age platitudes, but demonstrates genuine understanding of indigenous traditions. Most people think shamanism is just crystals and incense, she says, leaning forward. But you've studied the real thing. The Siberian shamans you wrote about. They undergo genuine spiritual crises. You really did read my work. I'm impressed despite myself. What drew you to that particular paper? Because I've been there. Her eyes hold mine steadily. Not Siberia, obviously, but that place where you question everything you thought you knew about reality. Something in her tone makes my chest tighten. This isn't academic curiosity, it's personal experience. The skeptical part of my brain whispers warnings, but something deeper responds to her honesty. Hours pass without notice. She challenges my assumptions while I question her methods, neither of us backing down but both of us listening. When she mentions studying with a Cherokee elder in Oklahoma, I realize my preconceptions were completely wrong. I should let you get back to your day, I finally say, noticing the late afternoon light. Walk with me? It's beautiful outside. Columbus streets wear winter well, bare trees creating intricate patterns against gray sky. Snow crunches under our boots as we meander without destination, conversation flowing like we've known each other for years instead of hours. Can I ask you something personal? Sophia stops beside a park bench, turning to face me. Shoot. What made you choose studying other people's spiritual lives instead of finding your own? The question hits harder than expected. Maybe I'm still looking. She steps closer, close enough that I can see tiny gold flecks in her blue eyes. Maybe you found something today. Before I can overthink it, she reaches up and cups my face gently. Her lips are soft, tentative at first, then more certain as I respond. The kiss tastes like herbal tea and possibility. When we separate, my heart pounds like I just ran a marathon. That wasn't very scientific of me, I whisper. Good thing I specialize in mysteries science can't explain. 3 days after our first kiss, Sophia invites me to her home. I expect some typical apartment, but she lives in a converted Victorian house on the east side of Columbus. The moment I step inside, I enter another world entirely. Crystals line every windowsill, catching afternoon light and throwing rainbow patterns across cream-colored walls. Dried herbs hang in bundles from exposed beams. A meditation altar occupies one corner, complete with singing bowls and candles. The air smells like sage and lavender. My academic brain catalogs everything while another part of me just absorbs the peaceful energy. This is incredible, I say, running my fingers along a bookshelf filled with texts on herbalism and energy healing. It's my sanctuary. Most people find it overwhelming. Most people are missing out. She's setting up for a client session, a middle-aged woman dealing with chronic pain. I settle into a corner chair, watching Sophia transform before my eyes. Gone is the playful woman who teased me over coffee. In her place stands someone centered, confident, radiating calm authority. Just breathe and let yourself relax, Sophia tells her client, hands hovering inches above the woman's shoulders. I'm going to work on releasing some of that tension you're holding. I expected theatrical nonsense, maybe some crystals waved around dramatically. Instead, Sophia works with quiet intensity, her movements deliberate and gentle. The client's face gradually softens, stress lines smoothing away. After 30 minutes, the woman sits up looking genuinely refreshed. The pain's actually gone, she says, wonder in her voice. How did you do that? Your body knows how to heal itself. I just helped remove some obstacles. After the client leaves, I stare at Sophia with new respect. That was real, wasn't it? She really felt better. You sound surprised. Honestly, I am. My training taught me to be skeptical of anything that can't be measured or replicated. Sophia moves closer, those blue eyes holding mine. Some things can't be quantified, Sarah. Doesn't make them less real. The next evening, she agrees to accompany me to my lecture on shamanic healing traditions. Watching her navigate the university environment fascinates me. She listens intently but looks uncomfortable among the academics, their formal language and theoretical frameworks clearly foreign to her hands-on approach. Your research is impressive, she whispers during a break. But you talk about these practices like museum pieces instead of living traditions. That's how academic work functions. Objective analysis. What if objectivity isn't always the goal? What if experience matters more than analysis? Her question haunts me through the rest of the lecture. Afterward, she walks me to my car in the campus parking lot, snow beginning to fall again. Come home with me tonight, she says softly. My heart hammers against my ribs. Sophia, I know you're scared. I am too. But this connection between us, it's not just intellectual. She's right. The attraction has been building since that first kiss. Electric undercurrent beneath every conversation. When she takes my hand, her touch sends warmth racing through my entire body. At her house, we sit close on her couch, talking softly about our fears and hopes. When she brushes a strand of hair from my face, I lean into her touch. Our lips meet again. But this kiss is different, deeper, hungrier. Her hands trace gentle patterns along my arms, awakening nerve endings I'd forgotten existed. Are you sure about this? she whispers against my neck. Instead of answering, I pull her closer, letting my body speak what words can't express. We explore each other with tender curiosity, clothes disappearing piece by piece. Her skin feels like silk beneath my palms. When we finally come together, it's with gentle passion that leaves us both breathless and changed. Lying in her arms afterward, I realize something fundamental has shifted. This isn't just physical attraction or intellectual fascination anymore. It's something deeper, more dangerous, more real than anything I've experienced before. 2 weeks into whatever this thing is between us, I find myself referencing Sophia's insights in my research notes. Her perspective on energy healing adds dimensions to shamanic practices I'd never considered. Academic papers that once seemed dry now pulse with living relevance. You're incorporating my crazy spiritual nonsense into your serious academic work? She teases, reading over my shoulder as I type. Maybe your crazy spiritual nonsense has merit. Don't let it go to your head. She laughs, pressing a kiss to the top of my head before settling beside me with her own work, preparing herb blends for clients. The domestic ease between us feels natural, like we've been doing this dance for years instead of weeks. Tell me about your family, I say, watching her measure dried chamomile into small sachets. Her hands still for a moment. Not much to tell. My parents think I'm wasting my life on New Age garbage. They wanted me to be a lawyer like my sister. That must hurt. It did, for a long time. But I learned that living authentically matters more than living up to other people's expectations. The pain in her voice makes me want to hold her, protect her from judgments she's already endured. This woman who helps others heal carries her own wounds, carefully hidden beneath that serene exterior. What about you? Any family drama I should know about? My parents died in a car accident when I was in graduate school. No siblings. It's just me and my research. That sounds lonely. It was. Until recently. She looks up from her herbs, blue eyes soft with understanding. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you found me back. That evening, we cooked dinner together in her kitchen, moving around each other with surprising coordination. She makes vegetarian pasta while I handle salad, our conversation ranging from mundane grocery lists to deep philosophical questions about the nature of healing. Do you think there's a difference between curing and healing? She asks, stirring sauce that smells like heaven. Medically, curing eliminates disease. Healing is broader, restoring wholeness. Exactly. Medicine fixes symptoms. Healing addresses the whole person, body, mind, spirit. After dinner, we settle on her couch with wine, snow falling steadily outside the windows. The fireplace casts dancing shadows across her face as she talks about her calling to healing work, the moment she realized she could help people by channeling energy through her hands. I was 16, visiting my grandmother in the hospital. She had terrible arthritis pain. I just instinctively placed my hands on her joints and focused on easing her suffering. 20 minutes later, she was moving freely for the first time in months. How did your family react? They called it coincidence, but I knew better. Her honesty about facing skepticism, even from loved ones, makes me admire her courage even more. This woman chose a difficult path because it felt right, not because it was easy or accepted. Show me, I say quietly. What? Your healing work. I want to experience what your clients feel. She searches my face carefully. You sure? It might challenge some of your scientific assumptions. I'm ready to be challenged. She positions me on the couch, lying on my back with my eyes closed. Her hands hover above my body, never quite touching but radiating warmth. Gradually, tension I didn't even realize I was carrying begins to dissolve. My breathing deepens, muscles relaxing in ways that feel both foreign and completely natural. When she finally stops, I feel transformed, lighter, clearer, more present in my own skin. That was incredible, I whisper, pulling her down beside me. You're incredible, she murmurs against my lips. This time when we make love, it's with deeper intimacy than before. We take our time exploring each other, learning what makes the other gasp with pleasure. Her touch ignites fires I didn't know existed, while my hands discover the landscape of her desire. We move together like we're creating something sacred, our bodies speaking in languages older than words. Afterward, wrapped in each other's arms, I realize I'm falling for this woman in ways that terrify and exhilarate me equally. A month into our relationship, Sophia drops a bombshell over breakfast. She's staring into her herbal tea like it holds answers to the universe, fingers tracing nervous patterns on the ceramic mug. "I need to tell you something," she says without looking up. My stomach drops. Those words never lead anywhere good. "What's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong. It's just, I've been hiding part of myself from you." I set down my coffee, giving her my full attention. "What do you mean?" "Before I became a healer, before any of this spiritual stuff, I had another dream. Music. I've always wanted to be in a band." Relief floods through me. Not another woman, not some terrible secret, just music. "That's not exactly earth-shattering, Sophia. Lots of people have musical dreams. But I never pursued it. My parents thought it was frivolous. Then I got so focused on healing work that I pushed music aside. But lately it's been calling to me again." She finally meets my eyes, vulnerability written across her features. "There's this all-women rock band in Columbus called Lunar Eclipse. They're looking for a rhythm guitarist and backup vocalist. I've been thinking about auditioning." "That sounds amazing. What's holding you back?" "Fear, mostly. What if I'm not good enough? What if it interferes with my healing practice? What if it changes things between us?" I reach across the table and take her hands. "Sophia, I've seen you channel energy to heal people. You think playing music is somehow beyond your abilities? It's different. Music is performance, ego, being seen. Healing is about disappearing into service. Maybe music can be service too. Maybe your energy could heal people through song." Her face lights up like I just handed her the key to everything she's ever wanted. "You really think so? I think you should audition and find out." 2 days later, I drive her to the rehearsal space in an old warehouse on the south side of town. Sophia clutches her guitar case like a lifeline, leg bouncing with nervous energy. "What if they hate me?" "They won't hate you, and if they do, they're idiots." The warehouse buzzes with creative energy. Bands practice in different rooms, creating a symphony of overlapping sounds. We find Lunar Eclipse in Studio 3, 4 women ranging from early 20s to mid-30s, all radiating rockstar confidence. The band leader steps forward first. Maya Rodriguez has dark hair streaked with purple, sleeve tattoos covering both arms, and the kind of magnetic presence that draws every eye in the room. She's beautiful in a dangerous way that makes my protective instincts flare immediately. "You must be Sophia," Maya says, extending a hand. "I'm Maya. We're excited to hear what you've got." Sophia introduces me as her girlfriend, and I catch the way Maya's eyes linger on Sophia's face, just a beat too long. But then Sophia starts playing, and everything else fades away. Her voice soars over the guitar melody, raw and powerful in ways I never expected. She's transformed again, but differently than during healing sessions. This version of Sophia burns bright, commanding attention rather than deflecting it. The other band members exchange glances that clearly say they're impressed. When she finishes, silence stretches for several heartbeats before Maya breaks into a grin. "When can you start?" The celebration afterward feels surreal. Sophia glows with accomplishment, while the band welcomes her with genuine warmth. Maya explains their vision. Mystical rock with spiritual themes, music that elevates consciousness while making people want to dance. "Your energy is exactly what we've been missing," Maya tells Sophia, standing closer than necessary. "I have a feeling we're going to create something really special together." I should feel happy for Sophia's success, and I do. But watching Maya's obvious attraction to my girlfriend, seeing how Sophia lights up under the attention, plants seeds of worry I try desperately to ignore. Within 2 weeks of joining Lunar Eclipse, Sophia's entire schedule revolves around the band. Late-night rehearsals stretch past midnight. Weekend sessions consume our usual together time. Creative brainstorming calls interrupt our dinners. "We're working on this incredible piece about lunar energy and feminine power," she explains, eyes bright with excitement as she packs her guitar for another evening session. "Sounds mystical," I say, trying to keep irritation from my voice. Maya has this amazing vision for incorporating actual ritual elements into performances. She thinks my healing background could add authentic spiritual dimension. Maya. Always Maya. Every conversation now includes references to Maya's vision, Maya's creative genius, Maya's plans for the band's future. I'm starting to hate that name. What time will you be home tonight? Late. Maya wants to work on harmonies for the new song. Again? Sophia pauses in her packing, finally registering my tone. Sarah, this is important to me. I thought you supported my music. I do support your music. It's the amount of time you're spending with Maya that bothers me. She's our band leader. Of course I need to work with her. But it's more than professional collaboration. I see the way Sophia talks about Maya, animated, energized, glowing, the same way she used to talk about our early conversations. Maya represents excitement, artistic passion, creative fulfillment. I represent stability, routine, academic research. The night everything changes, I decide to surprise Sophia at rehearsal with dinner. The warehouse is mostly empty when I arrive, most bands finished for the evening. I hear Lunar Eclipse from the hallway, Sophia's voice blending with Maya's in perfect harmony. Through the studio window, I watch them work. Maya plays guitar while Sophia sings, their bodies unconsciously swaying in sync. There's intimacy in their musical connection that makes my chest tight with jealousy. When they finish the song, Maya sets down her guitar and moves closer to Sophia. Your voice on that bridge gives me chills every time, Maya says, her hand touching Sophia's arm. I love how your guitar weaves around the melody. It's like you're reading my mind. Maybe I am. The tension between them is obvious even through glass. I should announce my presence, but I'm frozen watching this moment unfold. Sophia, I need to tell you something, Maya continues, stepping closer. This connection we have, it's not just musical. Maya, I know you're with Sarah, but there's something between us, something creative and powerful and rare. My heart pounds as I watch Sophia's face. She doesn't step away. She doesn't shut Maya down immediately. Instead, she looks confused, torn, like she's feeling the same attraction Maya's expressing. The music we make together is incredible, Maya continues. Imagine what else we could create. I can't. Sarah and I. Sarah's great, but she doesn't understand this part of you. The artist, the performer, the woman who lights up on stage. I see that woman. I celebrate her. The worst part is Maya's partially right. I do struggle to understand Sophia's artistic side. While I support her music intellectually, I don't feel the passion for it that she does. I'm the stable girlfriend, the safe choice, the one who fits into her healing practice but doesn't ignite her creative fire. That night, Sophia comes home later than usual, avoiding eye contact as she unpacks her guitar. How was rehearsal? I ask carefully. Good. Productive. We're really coming together as a band. She's lying, or at least not telling the whole truth. The easy intimacy we've built over months feels strained, like there's suddenly distance between us that wasn't there before. Maya seems very dedicated to the band's success. Sophia tenses almost imperceptibly. She's passionate about the music. We all are. Is that all she's passionate about? Finally, Sophia looks at me directly. What are you asking, Sarah? I'm asking if there's something I should know about your relationship with Maya. We're bandmates, that's all. But her eyes don't quite meet mine when she says it, and I know with sinking certainty that Maya isn't just a bandmate anymore. Maybe she never was. The final weeks before Lunar Eclipse's first major performance become torture. Sophia practically lives at the warehouse, coming home exhausted and distant. Our conversations turn stilted, careful, like we're both walking through a minefield of unspoken tensions. I throw myself into planning a research trip to study authentic shamanic practices in New Mexico. If Sophia wants space to explore whatever's happening with Maya, fine. I'll give her all the space she needs. You're leaving for 3 weeks? Sophia asks, when I mention the trip over breakfast. The University of New Mexico invited me to observe traditional healing ceremonies. It's a huge opportunity. Right now, when the band has our first real gig coming up, I figured you'd be too busy with rehearsals to miss me much. The hurt that flashes across her face almost makes me take it back. Almost. Sarah, that's not fair. What's not fair is feeling like a stranger in my own relationship. We stare at each other across the kitchen table, years of careful intimacy cracking under the weight of things we're not saying. I never meant for things to get complicated, she whispers. But they are complicated, aren't they? She doesn't answer, which is answer enough. The night before I leave for New Mexico, Lunar Eclipse performs at a small venue downtown. I almost don't go, but masochistic curiosity wins. The club is packed with Columbus music scene regulars, all eager to hear the new all-women mystical rock band everyone's talking about. When the lights dim and Sophia walks on stage, my breath catches. She's transformed again. Leather pants, flowing top that catches stage lights, confidence radiating from every pore. This version of Sophia commands attention, owns space in ways the gentle healer never does. Maya introduces the band, her charisma filling the room. When she announces their final song, a piece she wrote specifically for Sophia, my stomach drops. This one's called Spiritual Fire, Maya says, eyes locked on Sophia. Sometimes you meet someone who changes everything you thought you knew about yourself. The song builds slowly, Maya's guitar weaving intricate patterns while Sophia's voice soars over the melody. It's beautiful, powerful, and obviously deeply personal. The chemistry between them on stage is undeniable. Two artists creating something transcendent together. When the song ends, the crowd erupts. But I'm watching Maya and Sophia, seeing the way they look at each other in the aftermath of that performance. There's connection there that goes beyond music, beyond friendship, beyond anything professional. After the show, I slip out without saying goodbye. 3 days into my New Mexico trip, Sophia calls. Sarah, we need to talk. My heart hammers against my ribs. About what? About Maya? About what happened after the show? The desert landscape blurs as tears fill my eyes. What happened after the show? I kissed her. The words come out in a rush, like she's forcing herself to say them quickly. It was after everyone left, just the two of us packing up equipment. She was so excited about the performance, and I got caught up in the energy. You kissed her. She kissed me first, but I kissed her back, for maybe 10 seconds before I came to my senses and pulled away. 10 seconds. I'm surprised how calm my voice sounds when everything inside feels like it's collapsing. Sarah, it meant nothing. I was confused, caught up in the moment. I immediately regretted it. Did you? Of course I did. You're the one I love. You're the one I want to be with. But you're attracted to her. Silence stretches across the phone line, filled with desert wind and the sound of my heart breaking. Yes, she finally whispers. I'm attracted to her. But attraction isn't love, Sarah. What we have is real, deep, lasting. What I feel for Maya is just intensity, creative passion mixed up with romantic feelings. And what am I? The safe choice. You're my choice. The woman I want to build a life with. But her words feel hollow now, tainted by betrayal and the knowledge that part of her wants someone else. Someone more exciting, more artistic, more aligned with this new version of herself she's discovering. I need time to think, I tell her. How much time? I don't know. Maybe you should figure out what you really want before I come home. The New Mexico desert provides harsh clarity. Surrounded by red rock formations and endless sky, I finally understand what I've been running from, the fear that I'm not enough to hold someone as vibrant as Sophia. 3 days after her confession, she calls again. I ended things with Maya, she says without preamble. Not just the romantic tension, I quit the band. Sophia, let me finish. I realized something watching you pack for this trip. You weren't just getting space from our problems. You were protecting yourself from more hurt. That's when I knew how badly I'd damaged what we have. I sit on the motel bed, desert sunset painting everything orange through the window. You didn't have to quit the band. Yes, I did, because staying would mean choosing the exciting possibility over the real thing. And you're the real thing, Sarah. You've always been the real thing. But the music made you happy in ways I never could. The music made me feel powerful. You make me feel whole. There's a difference. Her words chip away at the protective walls I've built around my heart these past weeks. I saw you on stage that night. You were transformed, alive in ways I'd never seen before. I was performing, playing a role. With you, I don't have to perform anything. I can just be myself. Healer, dreamer, woman who falls asleep reading your research papers because I love hearing about your work. Even though it's boring academic stuff, it's not boring. It's your passion, which makes it beautiful to me. The honesty in her voice undoes something tight in my chest. I've been thinking too, out here in all this emptiness, about authenticity, about what it means to truly support someone you love. What did you conclude? That I was scared of your artistic side because it's so different from mine. I thought if you had music, you wouldn't need the quiet life we'd built together. Sarah, I chose you before the band ever existed. One kiss with Maya doesn't change that. But it revealed something, didn't it? Part of you that wants more excitement than I can provide. Part of me that got confused between creative passion and romantic attraction. Maya offered intensity, but intensity isn't love. It's just bright and burning and ultimately destructive. I think about the shamanic ceremonies I've observed here, the way healing requires breaking down old patterns before building new ones. Maybe relationships work the same way. What happens now, I ask. Now I wait for you to come home and decide if you can forgive me. If we can rebuild what I damaged. I'm not sure if forgiveness is the right word. We both made mistakes. I withdrew emotionally when you needed support with your music. You sought connection elsewhere when I pulled away. So what's the right word? Growth, maybe. Learning. Choosing each other again, but with better understanding this time. Hope colors her voice. Does that mean you want to try again? It means I'm flying home tomorrow instead of staying the full 3 weeks. Really? Really. Because I realized something too. I'd rather fight for us than run from the possibility of losing you. 24 hours later, I'm walking through Columbus Airport scanning the crowd for a familiar blonde head. When I spot Sophia waiting by the baggage claim, my heart does that skipping thing it did the first day I saw her profile. She looks nervous, uncertain, holding a small bouquet of desert wildflowers that must have cost a fortune to find in Ohio winter. You came back early, she says when I reach her. I came back to you. Even after everything? Instead of answering with words, I cup her face gently and kiss her. It tastes like forgiveness and second chances, like two people who almost lost something precious and found their way back to each other. I love you, I whisper against her lips. The healer, the dreamer, even the secret rock star, all of you. I love you too. Just you, always you. We hold each other in the middle of the busy airport, travelers flowing around us like water around stone. It's not a fairy tale ending. We'll have work to do, trust to rebuild, new boundaries to establish. But it's a beginning, and that feels like everything. Rebuilding trust takes time, patience, and countless difficult conversations. Over the following months, we establish new patterns, scheduled date nights that belong only to us, honest discussions about attraction and jealousy, boundaries around creative pursuits that protect our relationship while still allowing individual growth. Sophia finds a different outlet for her musical passion, joining a community choir that performs at local healing centers. It satisfies her need for creative expression without the intensity that complicated things with Maya. She also starts incorporating sound healing into her practice, using singing bowls and chanting to enhance her sessions. It's perfect, she tells me one evening, fresh from choir practice. Music in service of healing, not ego. You seem happier, I observe, watching her glow with quiet satisfaction rather than the manic energy that characterized her band days. I am. This feels sustainable, like something I can do alongside loving you rather than instead of loving you. My research benefits from our reconciliation too. With emotional stability restored, I dive deeper into studies of healing traditions across cultures. Sophia's insights help me understand the spiritual dimensions that pure academic analysis misses. We're working on a joint paper about the intersection of ancient shamanic practices and modern energy healing, when she makes a surprising suggestion. What if we took this research on the road? Visit practitioners in different regions, document their methods. Together? Together. Your academic credentials could open doors my healing background can't. My practical experience could help you understand things your training doesn't cover. The idea thrills me more than I expected. We'd be like a research team. We'd be partners in every sense. 6 months later, We're traveling through the Southwest, interviewing healers and documenting traditional practices. Sophia's presence transforms my interactions with subjects who might otherwise view academic researchers with suspicion. Her genuine respect for spiritual traditions opens conversations that pure scholarly approach never could. In a small Nevada town, we meet an elderly medicine woman who's initially reluctant to speak with us. But when Sophia mentions her own healing practice, the woman's demeanor shifts completely. "You have the gift," she tells Sophia after watching her work with a client. "The spirits speak through your hands." "Thank you," Sophia says simply, accepting the recognition without false modesty. That night in our motel room, I watched Sophia transcribe notes from our interview, her face peaceful in the lamplight. "No regrets about the path not taken?" I ask. "The rock star dreams?" She looks up from her writing. "That wasn't really my path. It was an exciting detour, but this, our work, our life together, this feels like home. Even the boring academic stuff, especially the boring academic stuff, though it's not boring when you're passionate about it." A year after our airport reunion, we're back in Columbus for the holidays. Sophia's house has become our house, my books mingling with her crystals on newly shared shelves. We've created something neither of us had alone, a partnership that honors both intellectual curiosity and spiritual wisdom. On Christmas Eve, she surprises me with a small wrapped box. "It's not exactly traditional," she says nervously as I tear away the paper. Inside are 2 matching silver rings, simple bands inscribed with symbols from various healing traditions we've studied together. "Sophia, I know we can't legally marry in Ohio, but I wanted something to symbolize our commitment. These represent the journey we've taken together, the healing we've both done." I slip the ring onto my finger, feeling its weight like a promise. It's perfect. "So, we're officially partners in all senses now?" "We've been partners since that first coffee shop conversation. This just makes it official." That night, we hold our own private ceremony in her back garden under winter stars. No fancy clothes, no guests, just 2 women who found each other across different worlds and chose to build something lasting together. "I love you, Dr. Sarah Mitchell," Sophia says, slipping my ring into place. "I love you too, Sophia Young, my partner, my healer, my home." We kiss under the December sky, 2 women who learned that real love isn't about finding someone who completes you, but someone who inspires you to complete yourself. Our story isn't ending. It's just beginning, with all the messy, beautiful, complicated reality that comes with choosing someone again and again, day after day, for all the days to come.